พอหายดีแล้วเดี๋ยวค่อยดูอาการแล้วเราค่อยกลับมาอยู่ด้วยกันอีกทีนึง
เหตุการณ์ณวันที่เราเจอว่าสามีเราเสียชีวิต
On the 23rd of May 2024, a YouTube video was posted in Thai showing a recording of several people discussing something serious on a live television show. At first glance, it seemed like an ordinary TV program where guests were invited to a local station to discuss the latest gossip or drama. However, for the local police, this video later became crucial evidence in uncovering the mystery of a Thai entrepreneur's murder. This is the case of Pitchet Klepjinder. The Songkran Festival is one of Thailand's most cherished traditions, a celebration of renewal and joy that fills the streets with water fights, laughter and blessings. In April 2024, however, the festival became the setting for a tragedy that gripped the nation. The death of 44-year-old Pitchet Klepjinder, a successful businessman and devoted family man, would unravel into a story of betrayal, shifting public loyalties and unanswered questions. The details were as intricate as the web of relationships surrounding him, turning his life and death into a case that captured Thailand's attention. Pitchet was a man admired by many. He owned a thriving hydrotherapy massage business in Bangkok, had the physique of an athlete, and was known for his charm and kindness. He shared his life with his wife, Wanipa and their 3 children, who were the center of his world. His life appeared perfect to outsiders, but like many seemingly flawless lives, it hid cracks beneath the surface. As the Songkran festival approached, tension brewed in Pitchet's home. Wanipa wanted to return to her family's hometown in Sarakam, about 470 kilometers from Bangkok, to celebrate the festival. She had already booked the tickets and insisted that Pitchet join her and the children. For Pitchet, the decision was not so simple. Songkran was a lucrative period for his business, as tourists and locals alike sought relaxation after long days of festivities. Closing his shop meant losing significant income. However, their marriage had been strained in recent months, with arguments escalating over his work and their priorities. Wanipa's plea for family time won out, and Pitchet decided to accompany her. When they arrived in Sarakam, the tension seemed to ease. Pitchet was warmly welcomed by his in-laws and treated like the ideal son-in-law. The family participated in traditional celebrations, visiting temples, receiving blessings, and sharing festive meals. For a moment, it seemed that this trip might bring the couple closer together. On the night of April 15th, after a long day of festivities, Pitchet drank a little too much and decided to sleep on the porch. His family, exhausted from the day, left him there, assuming he would come inside later. The next morning, the peaceful celebrations turned into chaos. Pitchet's mother-in-law noticed that he hadn't moved from the porch. When she tried to wake him, she discovered his body was cold, his lips pale, and his skin unnaturally still. Panic ensued. A doctor was summoned and confirmed what everyone feared. Pitchet was dead. His passing was declared to be from natural causes, but whispers of doubt began to spread. Pitchet was a health enthusiast who exercised regularly and maintained a clean diet. How could such a vibrant man die so suddenly? Initially, public opinion leaned towards sympathy for Wanipa, who appeared devastated. She organized Pitchet's cremation within 3 days, citing cultural beliefs about the importance of ensuring the spirit's peace. Her actions seemed consistent with a grieving widow honoring her husband. However, this perception began to shift when Pitchet's younger sister, Nathapat, publicly challenged the narrative. She noticed something troubling during the funeral. Pitchet's body had darkened unnaturally, a sign she believed was consistent with poisoning. Nathapat, deeply skeptical, accused Wanipa of foul play. She pointed to several suspicious factors: the speed of the cremation, Wanipa's resistance to an autopsy, and the revelation of a life insurance policy worth 16 million baht, naming Wanipa as the sole beneficiary. These accusations spread quickly, and the media amplified the story, turning it into a national sensation. Many initially sided with Nathapat, viewing her as a loyal sister seeking justice. Rumours swirled that Pitchet's death was far too convenient for Wanipa, who stood to gain both financial security and freedom from a strained marriage. As the media frenzy grew, Wanipa found herself cornered by accusations. To defend herself, she agreed to appear on a popular talk show, a live broadcast that promised to reveal her side of the story. Clad in black and visibly weary, she presented herself as a grieving widow overwhelmed by public judgment. Juanipa denied any involvement in her husband's death, emphasizing that their financial situation had been stable and that she had no reason to harm Pitchet. She portrayed Nathapat as an opportunist who had repeatedly asked Pitchet for money in the past. As she spoke, her emotional appeal began to sway public opinion, casting doubt on Nathapat's claims. The program seemed to be working in Juanipa's favor until an unexpected twist threw the narrative into chaos. Midway through the broadcast, the host announced a surprise phone call from a woman named Murd3r, who claimed to have critical information about Pitchet's life and death. Murd3r introduced herself as a close friend of Pitchet and immediately dropped a bombshell. She revealed that Pitchet and Juanipa's marriage had been troubled for months. According to Murd3r, the couple had fought intensely in the weeks leading up to Songkran, with arguments escalating to the point where Juanipa temporarily left their home with the children. Murd3r then shared another chilling account, one that preceded the attempted shooting. She claimed that on April 8th, a week before Songkran, Juanipa had invited Pitchet out to a dinner at an upscale restaurant. Pitchet saw the invitation as a positive sign, possibly a chance to mend their relationship. He arrived at the restaurant, ordered food, and waited eagerly for Juanipa to join him. But after nearly an hour, she sent a curt message saying she wouldn't be coming. Hurt and confused, Pitchet left the restaurant. On his way home, his car was ambushed by two men on a motorcycle who fired 4 shots at him. Miraculously, the bullets missed. Pitchet told Murd3r that he suspected the attack was linked to someone close to him, but he refused to elaborate further. As Murd3r recounted these events, the atmosphere in the studio grew increasingly tense. Juanipa, who had remained composed until then, appeared visibly shaken. The audience was on edge and the host pressed Murd3r for more details. But just as the conversation seemed to be reaching a crescendo, the broadcast was abruptly cut short. The sudden end left viewers in shock, sparking speculation about why the program had been halted. Had Murd3r said too much? Was there pressure from powerful forces behind the scenes? The aftermath of the broadcast was immediate and dramatic. Public opinion fractured once again. Some saw Murd3r's testimony as credible evidence against Juanipa, while others questioned Murd3r's motives and reliability. Was she genuinely seeking justice for Pitchet, or did she have a personal agenda? Meanwhile, rumors swirled about the reasons behind the show's abrupt ending, fueling conspiracy theories and further dividing the public. Months later, Juanipa was arrested and charged with orchestrating the failed drive-by shooting. Yet the central question of how Pitchet died remained unanswered. Was his death the result of poisoning, or was it a natural tragedy amplified by suspicion and greed? Was Juanipa truly the mastermind of a calculated crime, or had she become the scapegoat in a family feud? During the investigation, a clearer picture of Juanipa's motives began to emerge. Police discovered that her resentment toward Pitchet had been building for years. Pitchet had been a regular patron of karaoke bars and nightclubs, often spending significant amounts of money on women working there. This behavior, coupled with his drinking habits, had led to numerous arguments. Juanipa had reportedly pleaded with him to change, but her pleas were ignored. She told investigators that she had felt trapped in a marriage where she was disrespected and neglected. When Pitchet refused to address her grievances, her frustration turned into anger. Friends of Juanipa revealed that she had confided in them about feeling humiliated and powerless. The breaking point, it seemed, came when she discovered he had been meeting with a young woman named Sukada, an employee at one of the karaoke bars he frequented. Feeling betrayed and desperate, Juanipa allegedly decided to take matters into her own hands. The drive-by shooting, according to her confession, was meant to scare Pitchet into changing his ways. However, when the plan failed, the situation spiraled out of control, leading to the tragic events of Songkran. The story of Pitchet Jinder captivated Thailand, not only for its twists and turns, but also for the way it reflected the fragility of public perception. As new details emerged, opinions shifted like tides, swayed by emotions, media narratives, and unanswered questions. To this day, the truth remains elusive, leaving a nation haunted by the shadows of a life cut short and a mystery that refuses to rest.